Yvonne Corcoran-Loftus is the curator of the Michael Davitt Museum. We're in Strayed, and a very quick pop-in to tell our listeners who've never been here before, this is another thing you need to put on your bucket list for a staycation. Yvonne, we're in a lovely building, it's presumably an old church. Just explain to anybody on a staycation this year, if they come to Strayed and they come into the Michael Davitt Museum, what can they expect?
This is a pre-penal church, and in this church, Michael Davitt was actually baptised in this church, and his parents were married. The museum is here and it's dedicated to the life and achievements of Michael Davitt. On entry into the museum, we're open 5 days a week, Tuesday to Saturday, from 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And on entry, it's €5 for adults, €3 for children, and they get a free pass to the Cage Fields. For that, we have an audio-visual presentation for 10 to 12 minutes. We do a talk on the life of Michael Davitt. People can browse, do the tour around the museum. It's a one-way system due to the COVID-19, and we also take them to the grave of Michael Davitt, and we also do a tour of Strayed Abbey.
For the entire family, I mean, you know, some people might say, well, it's great for people who have a particular interest in history, but, you know, you kind of try and cater for even the younger ones, don't you?
Yes, we do. We cater for younger children, and we also have a section at the bottom of the museum which is dedicated for children, so that they can play in with some books and things, and they're regularly sanitised also. Strayed
is, you know, phenomenal in itself, but it's also renowned for Michael Davitt. You know, the locals must be very proud of what you've done here.
Yes, it's the museum here is the flagship initiative for Strayed. It's a fantastic museum.
In terms of funding and keeping the museum alive and well, I know you've got wonderful tour guides and wonderful volunteers and a wonderful board.
Yes, we have. We have a voluntary board, but we've also now, in the past 2 years, we've gone under the governance of Mayo North East Leader Partnership.
So that means that for the foreseeable future, it's in safe hands.
In safe hands now under Mayo North East Leader Partnership, yes.
Okay, so the Michael Davitt Museum here in Strayed. Please do drop in if you're on your way on the main road. You'll see it if you're going to Castlebar, or indeed from Castlebar, making the journey in the other direction towards Foxford. It's the Michael Davitt Museum. It's in Strayed, a lovely village here in the heart of County Mayo, and it's open, as you were saying, Tuesdays to Saturdays, and from 10:30 a.m. right through to 5 o'clock in the evening, and it's well worth a visit. Mark is one of the tour guides. He also does some archiving here at the Michael Davitt Museum. Mark, originally from Malta?
Indeed, yes, thank you, yeah.
How did you end up here?
I followed a woman.
And the rest is history?
And the rest is indeed history.
Now, Michael Davitt, was he somebody that you always had an interest in?
He's an Irish patriot and a great hero of mine, and to my mind, largely unsung. He tended to get overlooked, so I'm delighted to be working here.
When people come in who rarely know much about Michael Davitt, just apart from the fact that they know from school books and history the significance of Michael Davitt and what he did and the Land League and so on, you know, when people leave here, do you think they have a completely different perspective of the man?
Absolutely. Most people wouldn't understand his international experience, his international acclaim. Indeed, for a while he was more famous overseas, I think, than he was here. And we're trying to put that right. And this is a great place for that story.
They say that you're never a hero in your own land. And if ever that was true, it's true about Michael Davitt.
Absolutely right.
Well, listen, Mark, thank you for talking to us, and keep up the good work here at the Michael Davitt Museum.
My pleasure. Thanks very much indeed.